going to record this. So let's 45, 50, I guess that is fine.
From. And yeah, Eagle displayed these traits as a child. Although it shouldn't come as much as a surprise, Eagle was the grandson of legendary berserker Ulf Yellefson, otherwise known as Kaved.
Okay, so I think I should start video from here. Okay, and there is no subtitle. No, I'm not going to watch it there now. What else should I watch? Dude is still getting roasted about his looks centuries later. Lol. Okay, fine. So now I'm here for the daily dose of internet. If you can see, if you can hear it, or if you can understand it. 8 years in Japan. Wow, let's see this. Okay.
Coming up next on Wanderlust TV is another generic, poorly researched series about Japan. So grab your kimonos and chopsticks and let's go to the land of the rising sun.
Tokyo, Japan. Blah, blah, blah. 36 million people. Blah, blah, blah. Like a different planet. Blah, blah, blah. Shiny.
Oh my god, this is
What will you do today? Special life.
I bought this placemat today, so every morning when I sit down to eat my burnt toast, I can look at this bear and...
Man, this guy's really living his life. This is so wonderful. I always admire him, the confidence, the way with the way he gets what he wanted. I mean, you must watch his videos from the starting, very beginning of his YouTube career. Okay, so back to the video.
think, yes, what am I going to do today? Special life. It's no secret that I love eccentric Japanese English marketing, whether it's an enthusiastic bear or intriguing branding choices on cans of beer, like this one I bought today. It's goodbye Asahi Super Dry in Kirin, and hello to Gentoff. Gentoff, the drink of real men. Gentoff. It sounds like a dance-off held by aristocrats. But while I was off doing my standard weekly shopping for placemats and Gentoff, I struck a goldmine in the world of Japanese English marketing. I found myself in the store's music section when I stumbled across...
This scenes, some of the Japanese market remind me of the Indian market of narrow place, where we could find, because from we could find the pirated CDs and movies, you know, like pirate CDs movies, like this shop established here, but not from 1 or 2 years, because government has restricted the rules because of Bollywood. Hollywood people have complained to government that we are losing money, we need people's money. So that is why I have not seen any shop there like last year, because it's been so long in lockdown. I'm not going out unnecessary. So that was something. This scene reminded me of Narrow Place. That was fun.
some intriguing local punk rock bands. Now, historically, of course, punk rock bands have pretty provocative names. I'm thinking the Sex Pistols, the Clash, the Damned. But it seems in Japan, punk rock bands go for a completely different angle, as I came face to face with a punk rock band known only as the Barbecue Chickens. The Barbecue Chickens.
Oh my god, chicken is really... What he was talking about? I just forgot the name of pump rock band. Okay, that was the name I was looking for. So the BBQ chicken is the name of the pump rock band. Okay, that might be the case because as they are not known, they do not know English that well. That is a foreign language to them. That might be the case. They have named it BBQ chickens. And why BBQ? I don't know. Let's find out if he tells.
I was pretty delighted at first. After all, it's not every day you hear of a band named after your favourite dish. But then I discovered that the barbecue chickens were under a Japanese punk rock label known as Pizza of Death Records. Pizza of Death. It sounds like the last thing you order.
Maybe they are like, uh, these band. Maybe they are like, encouraging people to be more, eat healthy, encouraging people to eat healthy. As the name suggests, BBQ chicken. But BBQ chicken is not something dangerous. Unlike not like pizza of death records. That might be the reality. If you eat pizza too much, there will be death records. Pardon for my stupidity.
Order at Domino's Pizza. Anyway, brilliant Japanese punk rock bands aside, it is time for another Q&A where I answer your questions you guys have sent in about Japan, travel, food, culture, as well as talking about my own awkward personal experiences and deepest, darkest secrets. We'll also have comment of the week and hate mail of the week, because not everybody is nice. Now, all good Q&As live and die on the opening questions, so hopefully we've got something good, something profound and meaningful to kick us off. What do we got? What does Japan smell like?
Curry, not curry. Not curry. I can assure you Japan is not a smell like curry. Well, India is also not a smell like curry. When we have some funny smells going on, I have noticed that if I'm at home and when I go out, I can smell all the street foods, different, different smells at every meter, because the shops are cooking foods outside, and the fragrance or smell, whatever you can say, that smell is a negative word, I guess, or fragrance is a positive word, I guess. I don't know. English is not my native language, not even my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So I don't know, and I don't care. Sorry for that. That is not I. That is not what I meant to say. And this is all unscripted. I'm just recording myself so that I can communicate better.
What's your opinion on the Japanese spider crab? I am never going in the sea again. Ever. If you could introduce one element of Western culture to Japan, what would you choose? The concept of a work-life balance. Many people are familiar with the word karoshi, which means death from overwork.
Oh my god, yes. I also heard about it, and I guess people are more in India. People are more, they are loving this culture. So if you are in tech or if you are working some startup, there you get there is no life balance. People will call you for a meeting at 10 o'clock. I have given interview at 11:30, 12:30 at night. So situation is getting bad here also. If I hope people get their mind open and understand things that work is not life. You have to keep balance in your life, like this guy did. I'm fan of this guy because of that. You must watch his videos.
Work. And any culture that has to invent a word that means that, well, that's never really a good sign, is it? Essentially, when you get a job in Japan, the line between work and life is not so much blurred as just rubbed out altogether. There was a study done in 2018 that showed that workers in Japan take only half of their annual leave, 10 days out of 20. Typically, if you do take holiday leave, you'll be seen as letting down your employees, you'll be passed over for that much needed promotion you wanted. But honestly, it's one of the most stupid practices I've ever seen, because people are perpetually stressed and burnt out. Labour productivity in Japan is the worst of any countries in the G7. Being present in the workplace and looking like you're working hard is actually way more important than really being productive. And certainly if you're coming here to live and work and you want to make a good impression.
Yes, I have heard some surveys somewhere. I'm not able to recall that country's name. Maybe that was USA or some European country where I have heard that people where they have provided, you know, 3 days of 3 days off and 4 days of working. So and at the end of the month, the productivity level was like 30 to 40% more, and the people and the workers, they were able to generate more income and or I mean they were able to get their priority streets. They were able to uh, live more like a human being, or like working, uh, 5 to 6 days a week or 5 days a week. Well, I have people say that it's only 5 days a week, but it's not the reality. People have to work 7 days on weekend also. It is not like the company says that we just ask you to work on 1 hour a weekend, but if you also have to prepare for that 1 hour, so it almost consume your half day and something. So that is the tricks of companies to make more money. That is why you can see that people are the rich people who those people who are uh, employers. We can say that employers, or we can say that billionaires. I'm not going to name anyone. I do not want to be sued on my first video of YouTube. If I'm going to upload it, I'm not sure. Okay, if if I'm going to watch my video, I'm not going to upload it because I know that I'm so critics of my own, I guess that is the word. So okay, what I was talking about here, I just forgot. Oh, no, I was work life balance. Okay, okay. So people have to realize that life is not about work, life is about living. And the people who are going to employ you are exploiting you because they know that you are afraid of them, so that they can uh, you are afraid of them because we as employee see employer as a some high high person or something like that. I've seen that, and we are like afraid. Oh my god, sir, what? Yeah, have you seen that? Every Indian says, sir. That is the most ridiculous thing I have seen. That I know, sir, is the term is the what we say that uh, adequate adequates. I don't know of the that is from UK and Englishmen. Okay, so they are basically saying that because they see you more than themselves. So that is why if you are speaking English, people praise you. They are not even understanding that learning in your native language is more healthier and more faster. Because if unless your child is speaking English from the very early age, that is what people are doing in India right now. They are making making English language as a native language to their child. So as you can see in metros, parks, and wherever you see parent with children, so they always speak in English, even if they do not understand uh, themselves what they are trying to say. They speak English to their child, so that they want to embody it, That I don't know. I do not know that word. So yeah, but I guess it is okay. Everything is fine. Everything is fine in this world. So let's go back to the video. It's already
At your
17.
company and you want to impress your colleagues, just sit around and pretend to look busy long after your work's finished, and you'll rise to the top in no time at all. You'll be the CEO, trust me. What's the worst name you could give a child? Spider crab. Whoa, you're a thick boy now. Strawberry cheesecake got you good. I don't even like strawberry cheesecake. Creme brulee, that's where the action is. What would be the one thing you didn't enjoy in the UK but did in Japan?
Yo, Aditya Sharma asked.
I love knowing that every time I walk into a pub or a bar in Japan and strike up a conversation with a stranger, I don't have to pretend to know what football is. In the UK, if you don't like football, like me, you are a social outcast. You're
Like here in India, like cricket. I do not understand cricket. I have not watched until I forced to be watched. If when I am surrounded by friends who like cricket, so I had to watch cricket. People, I've seen people gathering, gathering around and speak hours and hours about cricket only, and that is so, that is so not disturbing, but kind of cliche that everyone is talking about that thing, nothing original. So that is the problem in India. Cricket. If you do not anything about cricket, I don't think that they will. Okay, forget about it. Not going to make a video longer. Back to the video.
Life is effectively worthless because you can't have a conversation with 50% of the British population. So you can probably imagine my horror when I moved 6,000 miles away to a field in North Japan, to teach English to a school where nearly half the students supported Manchester United Football Club. Oh, Chris Sensei, who's your favourite Manchester United football player? No one. Get out. You failed the exam. Honestly, you can run from football, but you can't hide from it. What is it about Ryotaro that gives off a menacing aura? His face. What's something you really wish more people would know about Japan? I tend to find when most people think of Japan, they all have the same kind of image. Crowded trains, lots of people crossing this road, and everything being weird and alien. And you'd be completely forgiven for thinking that, because that's how it's portrayed in TV and film, right? 9 out of 10 times, lazy TV shows featuring Japan always start with the presenter walking over Shibuya Crossing, saying the exact same things, blah blah blah, different planet. I take my hat off to James May, who did a really good series on Amazon, and the opening shot of that isn't Shibuya Crossing. I was absolutely shocked. It's him standing on a beach in the snow in Hokkaido, nothing even really interesting happening. But it was something original, it was something refreshing, and it was a really well researched series. And I take my hat off to the producers on that show. They deserve some well earned strawberry cheesecake. Tokyo isn't Japan in the same way that London isn't the UK or New York isn't the US. It's in the countryside outside of the cities where you get a real sense of Japan's identity, and ultimately where you find the quality of life is undeniably better than Tokyo. Not everybody in Japan spends their day walking over Shibuya Crossing. If a zombie apocalypse hit Japan, where in Japan would be the safest and why? That would have to be Okunoshima, also known as Rabbit Island. The island is fairly isolated in Japan's inland sea. So secluded, in fact, that during World War II they turned it into a chemical weapons facility. But even if the zombies did get there somehow, the thousands of rabbits that make up the island's population would certainly take care of them. I mean, they certainly gave me a run for my money the last time I was down there. Oh my god. What is your most prized possession? My most prized possession is actually a more recent purchase, and it is this, the original 1989 Nintendo Game Boy. When I was growing up, this was my first console, and I took it around with me everywhere. And then about 15 years ago, I think I sold it.
Yeah, and I guess we had also that video games in India where we like this kind of, I guess. I'm not able to remember that name. Oh my god, I should have watched this video first. Then I should have reaction. But that would be not fair, okay? Yes. That would be like, yo, you have already watched, researched, and written down your notes. I don't know. This is my first time. Maybe next time I will research. Okay, that was a very horrible face. And okay, now
for money, and I've regretted that decision ever since. But fortunately in Japan, second-hand goods are phenomenally good condition, and I bought this for about 8,000 yen, about $80 at Super Potato, the retro game store in Akihabara. Depending on the condition, you can actually get a cheaper one. For example, for 2,000 yen less, for about $60, you could get another Game Boy that was stained yellow and looked like it had been dragged through a packet of Cheetos. One of the reasons I got it though, nostalgia aside, was because of this, the original Super Mario Land game that was accompanied with the Game Boy upon release. In the 15 years that I played this game, I was never ever able to beat it. I was never able to succeed. It's the sort of game where if you die or if you switch off the console, you have to go all the way back to the start and do it from scratch. And I remember,
my god, that is some advanced level shit. I have never used, we had that game, but not Super Mario on it. In it, I guess. Oh man, that is cool. We have, you four dots and killing four dots, going in circles and all. Not like that, jumping around and all. Or maybe I had the cheapest game. I don't know. Back to the video.
at the age of 10, I spent 2 hours playing through it once, and I was 80% of the way through when I stepped on a fucking Goomba. I died, and I went all the way back to the start, and the subsequent anger, distress, and psychological damage that did to me as a 10-year-old child, the anger, the resentment, everything I am, everything I became, was because of this game. And now, finally, 20 years later, in my hands, I'm going to beat Super Mario Land once and for all. Just do it, right now.
I don't think that he's going to do it. I don't think that he's going to do it now. As because the games which I was good at, at child, we used to play on, the state game shops, Taken 3, and there was also a game, there was too many games, Road Rash, and Street Fighter. I'm naming those which which I used to play and I was good at it. There was something more where dinosaurs. I'm not remembering the name. Oh my god, I'm getting old, I guess. I'm not able to recall those names.
Will you and Natsuki please do a Harry Potter impression?
I'm Snape. I'll get you, Mr. Harry Potter.
What kind of hotel or accommodation would you recommend the most when visiting Japan? I can't think of many other countries that have as crazy, as wonderful, as diverse a range of accommodation options as Japan. In the UK, you've got hotel rooms and tents in the rain. In Japan, you've got Capsule Hotel, where you get to sleep in a glorified coffin. Love hotels, where you can arrive on your bed in style. You've got robot hotels where a bilingual robot dinosaur will check you into your room. And best of all, perhaps, you've got traditional inns. You can dress up, have the best meal of your life, and then boil yourself alive in a hot spring. Land of the Rising Sun, more like Land of the Rising Fun. Yeah, I won't do that again, sorry. My almost 3-year-old has been having trouble adjusting to his new sibling. Any advice? Bribe them. Bribe them with money, bribe them with incredible gifts, or... for example, why not buy them a For Fuck's Sake t-shirt from the Abroad in Japan merchandise range? It's the perfect gift for any discerning 2-year-old who feels left behind and forgotten at the birth of a new sibling. No, seriously, do get them a Game Boy though. Get them into retro video games early and they'll grow up to be the perfect son. Bought one for my son in my imagination. Right, this time, let's do it.
No,
Can't really see.
This time also.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Go fuck yourself.
Chris seems to be fat again. Oh god, here we go. I watched several videos from his early days on YouTube and found out he's already a chubby guy when he first landed in Japan. But he's so young at that time and looked quite cute with the boyish roundness of his face. Now he's slowly turned into a round middle-aged man, of which type you can bump into 100 times on the streets of London. The contrast makes me feel sad. Welcome to aging, dickhead. It's true, I look so young and boyish. Look at that handsome, rugged, youthful face. It definitely doesn't look like I've eaten a bucket of ice cream and smeared butter all over my face. If any of you watching this are planning to go into the exciting world of vlogging, I'll give you some useful advice. One piece of useful advice that is free of charge. Whenever you hold the camera down here, right, at a low angle, people will say, oh, you look fat, you've been eating too much strawberry cheesecake again, I hate you, get out of my face. But if you have the camera up here, and then, whoa, you look thin now, it's magic. All of a sudden, 10% of the comments, wow, you've lost weight, you look good again, I like you now. And that's because it makes your jawline look slightly better, right? Jawline looks better. That's why people always take videos and photos like up here. But down here, oh, you're fat and awful now. And that is the only thing you need to remember in the world of vlogging. It's all about the camera angle.
Oh my god. And now my camera, I'm using my laptop camera and it's parallel, at the same level of my face. I don't know how I'm looking. Chubby, slim, not handsome, I guess. Okay, fine. This guy looks good. He looks good. He looks better. I guess, as I'm seeing him from a very long time. He looks better.
Angle. It's not that my weight goes up and down every Tuesday, it's just the camera angle. That and a love of barbecue chicken.
Go fuck yourself.
After 8 years, how has living in Japan changed you as a person? It's a good question. I mean, 8 years in a completely different culture is inevitably going to change you in some ways. And I've thought about this quite a bit because, look, I've made notes on a notepad. I've come to about 6 points, 6 key points on how I think I've changed through living in Japan. Number one, I'd say I'm more mindful of my behaviour in public. In all my years here, I've never seen a fight or an argument or an altercation in public just because people...
That is something very unique about Japan. People mind their own business, and that is something, I guess, also not good somehow, because I've seen the news where people found dead in their apartments for 8 years, 10 years, I guess. You can Google it, you can find the news. And people should be minding their own business, but they should be, like talkative, like, smiling at each other's. Uh, Not that much, because that is smiling a lot. Look makes you creepy. Creepier is the okay. Creepier is at another level. So I guess in India, I have seen people. They are kind of they see you. Well, Indians each other, they keep staring you if you are not even from outside. I've seen in people, they get in fight because they were staring at each other and they were asking what, kya, kyun gur raha hai? So, and they get into fight, and the end result is very drastic. They may have killed each other. I've heard the news about that, people killed, getting killed or getting kill somebody else when they were only staring each other. Why are you staring? Why you are staring? Why you are staring? This is so stupid. I don't. Sometimes I think that okay, that is the human nature. Not human nature. That is a living thing nature. As I've seen animals do that. Dogs. I've seen dogs staring at each other, and then they start barking at each other. So Indian men, not mans. My God, I have a long way to Indian men. Don't be dog. Do not fight. Do not stare at each other or anyone else. Do not stare at. Girls get most uncomfortable. Oh my God, I've seen people staring at girls and any female. Uh, that was so awkward. I mean any age group. So people they stare like you. That is very bad. That is very bad. Oh my God, my heart's stop when I see that. I feel very ashamed of being man. I feel very ashamed that I'm sharing the same things with them. Things I guess. I don't know. Okay. So Indian people should change their behavior. Not should, must change their behavior. And people are getting, I have seen people are getting changed. And but sometimes after watching news, I guess this is getting even bad. I guess I don't know. Please don't abuse me on this. Let's see. Let's go back to the video. This guy is amazing. Please watch his video. Subscribe to his channel.
People are way more mindful of how they're affecting the people around them. There's how loud you're being in public as well. You don't want to stand out in that way. And certainly as a...
Oh my God, loud in public. Indian people. Oh my God. Even my dad, when he gets called, oh my God, the people from, the people from the people from another street can hear my dad talking. It's like, hello, hello, hello. Oh my God, that is big. He cannot talk and he cannot keep a secret on phone because everybody would know what they are talking about. So that is another habit of Indian people, talking loud on phone and on even real life. And you can feel that on metros, Delhi metro, Mumbai metro. You can see people talking like like they're like talking loudly talking, and you can see that uh, it is kind of noise when we were at schools and at lunch. At lunch, there's people talking all around. So that is the scenario when we travel on metro. It should be quite peaceful, but who am to judge? After judging so much.
foreigner, you do become a little bit hyper aware of what you're doing, and you don't want people looking at you, right? Because you already stand out a little bit. And as well as being more mindful, I'm also more polite. I think I say excuse me, sumimasen, about 500 times a day. So that's the first point. I'm more mindful of what I'm doing and how I'm affecting the people around me, and I'm more polite for it. And I think generally it's a good thing, but it can be quite stressful as well, always having to be switched on and always having to think about how you're affecting the people around you. Second point is I have a lot more faith in society as a whole, which sounds weird, but simple example, I go for a walk every night, about 10, 11 p.m. No matter what I've done during the day, I'll go out for an hour's walk. I'll do it for my mental and physical health, but I'll do it because I have nothing to worry about out there on the streets. When I lived in the London area, I was a little bit reluctant to do that. I felt like, sure, London's not overly dangerous, but you still have to be looking over your shoulder a fair bit. You still have to kind of be switched on. If you go into a coffee shop here, customers leave their laptops and equipment and wallets and phones on the table when they go to the the bathroom. I remember being in a Starbucks in Hiroshima, the first time I was in Hiroshima, and I just left my MacBook Pro on the fucking table when I went to the bathroom. And it was there when I got back. It was magic. I just would not have had the confidence to do that anywhere else. Third point, I prefer sleeping on a futon than I do sleeping on a bed, which is ridiculous. I never thought that would be a thing, but there's something about sleeping on a futon that makes me sleep better. It took me a while to get accustomed to that, but for my first 3 years living here, I did live in a tiny apartment where I had a futon, and every evening I had to get out the cupboard and unroll it, and every morning I had to pack it away and put it back in. And I had to, because if I didn't, there was no living space to sit and eat or just relax. But quite quickly I found that I fell asleep really well on a futon. I think maybe it's the hard surface, it's quite firm, or maybe it's also because the whole floor feels like your bed when you're on a futon, right? You can kind of stretch out, you don't have to worry about falling out. So maybe that's another factor. I don't know the science behind it, all I know is futons equals sleep. Number 4, continuing the theme of living in Japan, I found that I can live quite comfortably in a very small space. I grew up in quite a small house and I was always conscious of that, and my aim for the longest time was to have somewhere big that I could live or rent in, but then I moved here, lived in that tiny space for 3 years, and I actually found it had everything I wanted, everything I needed. Sure, you have times where you think, oh, I'd like a bigger kitchen, I'd like not to have to use my ironing board as valuable kitchen space, but now I've lived in 3 different apartments in Japan, all of them have been very small, and aside from the fact you can sometimes hear your neighbours through the cardboard fucking walls, it's actually pretty satisfying and makes you a lot more mindful about the things you buy and what you put in your apartment. So in that respect, I buy less things because I simply can't fit them in my apartment. So living in a small space, never thought I'd enjoy it, but surprisingly I actually do. Number 5, I do eat healthier. I know my reputation basically revolves around me eating fried chicken and strawberry cheesecake apparently, but in reality I live a relatively healthy lifestyle. Whenever I go back to the UK, I'm always shocked at how much processed foods there are. You know, snacks, biscuits, crisps, and sure, Japan has that, but not anywhere near the scale of a British supermarket. In a Japanese supermarket, you can find a lot more raw foods, a lot more vegetables, pickled things, fish, while ready meals are very popular in the UK, like say a microwave lasagna, which I pretty much survived on when I was a university student. Over here you have like pre-made bentos and things. Like the pre-made foods in Japan are far healthier and far more balanced, I think. And there's been subtle changes to my diet. Instead of eating crisps, I'll eat rice crackers, and instead of eating meat, I'll eat fish, just because there's so much more choice when it comes to fish in Japan. But I would say my diet is a lot healthier, contrary to popular belief. Strawberry cheesecake. And number 6, I'd say I'm a lot more appreciative towards things, foods, people. First off, within the Japanese language, there's a lot of fixed phrases. For example, before you eat, you always say "itadakimasu," and at the end of the meal, you say "gochusou-sama deshita" to the person that's prepared the meal.
I don't know about other people, but here at my home, we are doing the same, thanking God and some, spiritual power, and some you can even thank to your parents, thanks to your mom. So we are doing also, not so many people doing that. We are doing that because I don't know, we are doing that from very early age. So that is I found very good in Japan or Japan. I don't know how we pronunciate. I don't know. Okay, let's go back to the video.
Even objects, I'm a lot more careful about how I handle them. I mean, we talked about this earlier, this second-hand Nintendo Game Boy, right? This is potentially 25 years old, but it looks like it was made last Tuesday, just because it's been in such good care. Whoever owned this kept it in such incredible condition, and that is pretty common in Japan. People take really good care of things. When I spoke to Ryota about this, he told me that when parents are raising children in Japan, they teach them that every object kind of has a life force in it. Does sound a little bit like the Jedi, sounds a little bit like Star Wars, but he said that if a child is kicking the table, the mother would say, "Don't hit Mr. Table, don't hit table stand," and sort of teach kids that every object has some sort of life force or some sort of energy in it. But given Japanese culture's strong roots in Buddhism and Shintoism, it wasn't a surprise to hear that. And generally, I find people take good care of things, and that rubs off on you. So those are 6 ways I think Japan has changed me, and I think most of those points are largely positive. Clearly the best thing that's come out of me living in Japan is I no longer kick tables for fun. Don't want to hurt table Sam. That is all for now though guys. A huge thanks to everybody who sent in their questions for this video. For more behind the scenes content, check out the Abroad in Japan Patreon. But for now, many thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I am going to do something I've been wanting to do the last hour. Does it live up to the hype? There is no hype, it's just Gentov, isn't it? Here we go, moment of truth. If you're wondering what that means, apparently it means that there's less wheat in it. Maybe there's less calories. Typically, if they have off in the branding somewhere, it means they've knocked off some calories. Smells like beer.
Oh man, this guy is amazing. I really love watching his, content, and this is good and very. He has put every thought on making a video, how he's going to make it, how he's going to present it, how he's going to edit it. I guess I know he has some team and something, but he's good man. So please watch his video and subscribe to his channel if you have not yet. Okay. So that is for today, and that is my first video. So please do not forget to subscribe and hit a like button if you like this video, and let's see what we will do in future. Okay guys, thanks.